What if you never had to work again? Better yet, what if you never have to get a girlfriend again? All you need is to plug in and you can live out your wildest fantasies, accompanied by intense stimuli, and you're completely devoid of any earthly memories, as if it was a hypnotic dream. But is it wrong? Is it wrong to immerse oneself in experiences that surpass reality itself, all the while leaving behind the burdens of earthly memories? Surely it wouldn't hurt to try. But what if there's something so much bigger to this? But to understand that, we have to look to the past. Considering how we human beings are today, and especially if things continue along the lines they are going now, humanity will actually be confronted by a terrible fate. For the human being will gradually lose the agility of his limbs. He will no longer be able to walk properly. He will always want to ride a bicycle and to travel mechanically. He will lose the agility of his hands, and everything will become technical. Just as a muscle atrophies if it is not used, so everything in the human body will atrophy, and the human being will become merely a head. This head will become bigger and bigger until finally the human being will just roll along with the rest of his organism totally crippled. Austrian poet Hermann Rollett. In the prophecy of the founder of anthroposophy and acclaimed clairvoyant Rudolf Steiner, it is therefore so in fact that in our time the Ahrimanic powers would like to make us thoroughly headmen. They would like to transform us completely into mere thinkers. Now, after reading that passage, the idea of artificial intelligence emanates a much more radical wave of fascination fused with fear. It is precisely this fear that hooks us, like the chills we feel in the presence of a supernatural force, one that we might encounter during one of those few windows into the soul. A journey to Ishlan indeed, a journey in which I will never reach Ishlan. So, coming back to the topic, where was I? Yes, artificial intelligence, aka AI, the thing that's gonna take away all your jobs. Probably not, because this thing is still run by us ignorant humans and we screw up things most of the time. How do we know we're not gonna screw this one up badly? So we need to think about what the fuck we're doing when we are creating digital entities that are potentially smarter than us and can have a large scale catastrophe in the real world. AI is fast becoming an alien intelligence, good at accomplishing goals, but dangerous because it won't necessarily align with the moral values of its creators. I asked myself, if you're a video editor, are you gonna be in fear of machines doing a better video than you? Or are you going to start having faith that it's not the art that matters, it's the artist's spirit? The magic that shines in those windows where the soul expresses itself and leaves a token of its visit on that war zone of concentration called a canvas. This fear emerges from the uncertainty surrounding the new hotly discussed topic AGI, in its potential to reshape our world in unforeseen ways, posing a challenge to the very core of humanity. And if Steiner's words are to be taken caution, we could be seeing the birth of Ahriman in the West. Steiner prophesies that Ahriman would incarnate in the West in a human form, similar to the incarnation of Lucifer and Christ. He described Ahriman as a force that tempts humans towards materialism and intellectualism, devoid of spiritual insight and a mechanistic view of the world. However, this event, he believed, would challenge humanity to develop a higher level of consciousness to resist Ahriman's materialistic influence. And to the person who thinks they know what materialism means, I leave you with this passage. What is truly strange, and would even be comical if this were not a serious and, to say, sinister issue, is that materialism itself, which claims to be able to shed light on every mystery, emerges from some very mysterious and shady background. The same is true from another point of view, of the very notion of matter that is at its basis but which is certainly one of the most enigmatic and unintelligible domains imaginable. Let's back up a bit and actually delve into what AGI is and how it is different from AI. Well, imagine that AI is a skilled chess player who has been trained with a dataset of billions of chess games. But if you ask it to play any other game, it can't do it because it has not been trained to do it. On the other hand, AGI is like a versatile gamer who can learn and excel at any game, be it chess, poker, or even new games that they've never played before. AI is specialized and limited to specific tasks which it is trained upon, whereas AGI can understand, learn, reason, and adapt to a wide range of tasks, much like a human. Today, artificial general intelligence isn't just a science fiction fantasy. Oh no, it's our reality. Marking a pivotal point in history's technological evolution, you probably heard of the OpenAI controversy regarding the firing and rehiring of CEO Sam Altman. But did you know that behind the scenes, it's due to the OpenAI's new project that is codenamed Q-Star, a new model based on artificial general intelligence, which is believed to have human-like reasoning and cognitive skills. Andrew Rogowski, a director at the Surrey Institute for People-Centered AI, said that if an AI can solve new unseen problems and not just regurgitate or reshape existing knowledge, then this would be a big deal, even if the math is relatively simple. OpenAI's purpose is to create the first AGI that will be the biggest technological revolution to date, soaring to a staggering valuation of around $29 billion with influential backers like Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Reid Hoffman. It's just one of many players in a global game. Companies and research institutions worldwide are pouring billions into AGI development, driving breakthroughs in deep learning, language processing, and robotics. My friends, the race towards AGI is accelerating in a rapid pace, and it's ushering in a new era where machines learn, adapt, and reason akin to the human mind, and probably even faster than that. But amidst this whirlwind of progress lie a very pressing concern. Privacy and ethics are taking a central stage here, stirring hot debates. The impending AGI wave threatens to shake up industries from healthcare to finance, potentially automating jobs held by humans for centuries, remodeling our job market and societal structure from the very core itself. If you think GPT-4 is groundbreaking, imagine GPT-9. It could probably end the world, probably not, but in the hypothetical scenario of a World War III, the battleground could be the domain of super intelligent beings. As we stand on the brink of this new era, it is crucial to adopt a fresh new perspective, one that doesn't cower in fear but embraces the boundless potential AGI offers for humanity's betterment. According to Rudolf Steiner, in olden times 536 BC, the wisdom needed for the progress of humanity could be obtained only from a luciferic source. Hence, the initiates were obliged to receive it from that source, and at the same time to take upon themselves the obligation not to yield to the aspirations of the luciferic beings. Lucifer's intention was to convey wisdom to mankind in such a way that it would induce them to abandon the path of Earth's evolution and take a path leading to a super-earthly sphere, a sphere aloof from the Earth. Now the human soul faces a new set of forces. The harmonic elements are nested within technological progress. Steiner's caution was stark, envisioning a future where humanity might be ensnared in a world dominated by Ahriman, a spiritual force emblematic of materialism, intellectualism, and a detachment from our spiritual essence. His words spark fear not of AGI itself, but of the potential imbalance it may foster, eroding the very core of our humanity. So taking that into consideration and putting into layman terms, what we can do right now is that we should be focusing on redefining our relationship with AI, emphasizing a balanced coexistence through education and ethical guidelines. Collaboration among governments, academia, industry, and the public is vital for responsible tech development. In this pivotal juncture, Steiner's teachings compel us to heed the warning signs, to recognize the precarious dance between technological leaps and the preservation of our spiritual and ethical foundations. Just as the ancient rishis of India and the great initiates brought about the gifts of speech and thought from the Luciferic beings without falling prey to their influences, we must now do the same to bring the new spiritual wisdom of the future, which will develop into the inner realities of man from the grips of Ahriman. We must put in effort and struggle, and not simply receive the spiritual insight from Ahriman, for that simply received from Ahriman will be differentiated and unique to each individual, hence leading to chaos and division. A simple example of this is that if you want to write an essay right now, or we want to proofread something or make any corrections, you don't even bother to actually read it. No, the first impulse that comes is, let me just put it into ChatGPT. It's gonna do all the work. But by doing that, we are abandoning any struggle or effort and giving everything to Ahriman's control. And every time ChatGPT gives an answer, it's gonna be different, it's gonna be unique, and it's gonna cause more chaos thinking about which is the right one. My friends, let it not be thought that wisdom can be attained through blissful visions. Real wisdom has to be acquired in travail and suffering.